Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Oh, there we go. That's a nice humming of DJ.
We're, again, with the pressing record, and I'm not even...
Well, if you look over here, I'm ready to go. It's a Wednesday. We've had so much fun today talking about milestones and hearing people's stories and lots of texts, which I feel bad because we can't get to everyone's stories, but there's just been some beautiful texts. So if you've texted us, thank you. It means so much. And pretty cool. We got talking about it. I happened to do the weather from Wee Wah.
Very good.
And we said it wrong, but actually it turned into a story and a milestone. And I love how God connects the dots for us, which is beautiful as the show goes on.
Well, I'm claiming I only said it wrong because I followed your lead. I followed your lead down that road there.
Look, Australian town names. Good luck. I think if you can get them right.
I've given up on trying to pronounce any WA name correctly here. Fel,
as you put an up at the end.
Fel, we didn't get a chance. Do you guys celebrate with the family? You've got the two girls, you got the boy, you and Murray. Do you celebrate milestones? Do you do any traditions? Has it got, things like that you've passed down?
Yeah, look, we do. I think for us, because the kids are still reaching those ages, so the kids know we don't give a lot of days off school, but on their 13th birthday, they get a day off with mum and dad.
Only on their 13th birthday?
The other days, no, because I believe kids should be at school if they're supposed to be, unless they're sick,
Okay.
Or now when they're older, anyway, if there's cross country, there's a case to be made because they say, I'm just going to sit down on the grass. I'm like, well, but on the whole, if school is on, then they are there. So there's things like that which we've said, okay, this is a rite of passage. We will do this with you,
okay, I love
or
that.
as a family. And I think there's times of the year. So we at Easter have done Passover, and the kids now we do a very limmer version of the Passover. It is not traditional. So I mean,
any
people
Messianic
pure,
or Jews
please,
do not come by.
No, don't come to our house. But the idea of it and the coming together. The thing we haven't done is Thanksgiving, the American. I do like the concept behind that, but we haven't as a family.
Yeah,
November's so busy, but I love the concept. Maybe we should have done that, or we could still do it.
Wouldn't it have been nice if you could go back in time and instead of Australia adopting, Halloween. We instead did the American Thanksgiving.
It is nice. That's one that I haven't done, but maybe we could.
Yeah.
Still got time this year. Maybe I'll make it happen.
Yeah, unless I'm one of those people. Unless you got an American in your world, then
and November's a bit of a painful time.
No, it's too busy. Yeah,
anyway, we do Christmas very big.
We need to come up with some more Australian holidays, I think, in that patch of the year, in the middle of the year where there's sort of no big holidays.
It's June, July. That's where Thanksgiving should hit.
Exactly. We should do something.
Through the year.
An Australian something celebration. I don't know what we could do. Maybe we can brainstorm
write it
that.
down.
Yeah.
Someone will come up with a good idea.
Yeah, maybe an Australian form of Thanksgiving. I don't know. She'll be right day or something.
She'll be right.
She'll be apples, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. I was hearing a pastor yesterday actually talking about how when he visited the Outback to preach, he was preaching all over. They don't say amen. They'd be, she'll be right, mate. Or they would change the vernacular to be, so they were pre-warned when they were preaching to be aware. And I thought, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well,
I like it. Well, on that note, she'll be right, mate. Enjoy the podcast. It'll be listing. I'm going to put it out there. I think this will be the last clue before the winner comes in for the Bible story sound off. Keep your ears peeled.
Just the right mix of things to inspire and things to make you smile. Rise and shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
We're looking ahead to this weekend on Sunday, October 27th. There's something pretty special coming up.
It's the very first global day of prayer for the media, arts and entertainment. Now, this is a worldwide event. All these different organisations happening from all over the place. You can go to... Now, the easiest thing is we've got it all happening in our Vision app, which is very, very clever. You can download the Vision app and you can be streaming the Global Day of Prayer from 7 a.m. in the West, 9 a.m. in Queensland, 10 a.m. Eastern Summertime from this Sunday, and join in with prayer from around the world.
How incredible is that? Because really, when you think about it, media, so that's vision, but all the different types of media impacts our lives, and it's so important that we lift up the industry in prayer. And this is a chance to be able to pray with people from all over the world. And some of the hosts will include our very own Phil Edwards.
Ooh, look at that. You can join along with Phil. So if you're interested, and it's very broad. I know it's very broad, but we know that the media, the arts, entertainment has a massive impact on culture everywhere. And this is what we're praying. We're praying for. We're praying for God's direction, God's guidance, especially for the Christians involved in media, arts, and entertainment. Get involved. You can find out all the information at prayformedia.com. Prayformedia.com. And remember, open the Vision app, listen to the live stream this Sunday. Get involved as we get involved in the global day of prayer for the media, arts and entertainment.
Across Australia, this is Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
And DJ, we've started looking, we almost need some music for this.
Yeah.
We've been looking over at the vision.org.au into the read section. There's always so much great content by the editorial team. So
yes.
Tony Davenport and the others, we know Tony here on the show, so that's why we mention him. But there's a whole team putting together these great articles with a Christian worldview.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and they seem to slip past us pretty quickly because there's always news coming out. So every now and then we like to remind you that there's some great stories of both news and sort of editorial and what would you say, like perspectives on life type of thing over there at vision.org.au if you click on the read tab at the top.
Well, I've been doing a hunt and I found a few articles here about the King's visit to Australia.
I've seen, there's quite a few popping up.
I know, I love it. So it's very exciting and nice to see the Christian perspective, but also to be able to read about what's been happening. And I loved this one. Today we're talking about milestones. So King Charles visiting us for the first time as the monarch.
Yes.
I think that's very, very exciting. Of course, Queen Camilla as well. And after they had their rest day on Friday night and a rest day on Saturday, on Sunday, I loved hearing about one of the first things they do, went to church. I think that is just fantastic. Isn't it awesome that that's still such an important part of the monarch, but also of Australia's culture as well, is that cherish of the church. And so they were able to come and they also gave, I love this, 2 Bibles, including one that belonged to Australia's First Minister, Richard Johnson, who was also the chaplain on the First Fleet.
Wow, so they've had that over in England and they've sort of brought it back.
That's right.
Ah, cool.
So they signed 2 Bibles, so perhaps we already had them. But either way, they're signed now. But I loved that, and I wondered, in that Bible, do you think that the First Minister, Richard Johnson, had made some notes?
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be cool if you were looking through?
Did they make notes in the Bibles back then? I don't know.
Surely everyone does. But it would be cool, wouldn't it, to see what he wrote at the beginning of the dawn of time? It would be cool now. You think like 200 years from now, if Jesus doesn't come back, and they say, I've got DJ's Bible. Here he is. What's written in it?
I don't make a lot of notes in my Bible.
You don't?
Yeah, I make a lot of notes outside of my Bible.
But you don't know. Okay, not a note taker in the Bible. Fair enough. Well, there you go. Well, maybe you and Richard Johnson, the first chaplain on the First Fleet, are in the same boat there. But anyway, if you're interested in any of those articles, you can jump on over to vision.org.au. And that one was King Tells of His Love for Australia, written by the Vision editorial team.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, there's an interesting story here that I would love to shine a spotlight on. It's a new movie that's coming out about Bonhoeffer. So any Bonhoeffer fans, stick around. I've got some news for you.
Rise and shine.
Some movie news from us from the Vision team.
I do. There's a new film coming out called Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin.
Wow.
Let's have a little listen to the trailer right now.
We have devised a plot to assassinate the Führer.
Very dramatic.
You will go to England as our spy.
Churchill sees Germany as a whole. He's afraid that a bomb traced to England would mean invasion or worse.
Invasion. Invasion. My country was invaded from within.
All right, so this is an adaptation. This is where it gets a little bit controversial. This is an adaptation of a book by Eric Metaxas. who's a Christian author from the States, and he put out a book last year. And this, the Angel Studios, the people who originally put out The Chosen, have got the rights for the book, Pastor, Martyr, Prophet, Spy. That was the book that Eric Metaxas put out. And this is the film version of it. Now, this is where the controversy is, and this is where Tony has done a really interesting article here. Tony Davenport, our very own Tony Davenport, has written an article. The Bonhoeffer family is horrified by this new movie. Because what they've done is they've made Bonhoeffer to be like a bit of an American action hero in this film, and very much fighting for a national cause. And the family is reminding everybody, hey, Bonhoeffer had a very left-leaning sympathy. Like, he was a very, very much a humanitarian. He spent a lot of time in America, about civil rights, and he wasn't this, fighting for the same causes that Eric is making out here. So it's an interesting political play, as course at the moment everything in America is about politics. So the film is coming out. It's getting some interesting reviews. The young German actor playing Bonhoeffer getting some great reviews there. But it's a really interesting article about the living, family members of Bonhoeffer coming out and saying, the majority of the family members saying, well, look, we're not approving this film. We didn't like the book. So it's a really interesting, if any Bonhoeffer fans out there, I don't know, there's quite a few. It's a really interesting read over at vision.org.au. The article is called Bonhoeffer Family Horrified by New Movie. And, but I still think it'll be worthwhile catching this one when it comes out. So there you go. The movie again is called Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. I don't know when it's coming out exactly in Australia. It's a fascinating life he lived. If you've ever looked into the life of Bonhoeffer there, but it'll be interesting to see how this film goes down when it comes out. But there you go. You can read up about it over on our website. And now it's time for a little clue for the
Bible Story Sound Off.
Here we go. I've got another clue for you, all right? The clue today, all right, you're looking in the Old Testament. In fact, you're looking in the first 10 books of the Old Testament. The man in this story had a father that seriously doubted. He had some major doubt issues.
Playing a little game. It's kind of a game, but it's called Spin It or Pin It.
Is there a Lockie Dunn theme song for this one?
Here you go. Thank you, Lockie in WA.
Spin it or pin it. 2 new songs, but you can only vote for one. Vote for your favourite on Vision's Instagram or Facebook.
He does it so well.
I'm going to put it out there. Any ukulele players out there who want to do a back, I can hear a ukulele in the back of that one.
I do love a ukulele.
Yeah, I think that sounds like something a ukulele would go behind.
Nice.
I'm just putting it out there. Ukulele players, I'm more than happy to send you Lockie's vocals and you can do something over the top
Beautiful.
there. Now, we've got Spin It or Pin It. This is where, and I love this new development, 2 new songs to our little sister station, V180. A lot of people got in touch with us saying, man, I'm so glad you're shining a light on V180. I love it. I switch over during the day and I love to hear some of the new tunes over there with usually, I hate to say it, made for a little bit younger audience.
We don't have to hate to say that. That's just there's different flavours.
But I love it.
Oh, and well, you're young at heart then, aren't you?
Okay.
Well, maybe in the music taste. But these songs are fantastic. They're new to V180. So we've put it out there and said, hey, which of these songs should we actually spin over here to Vision?
Yes, very good. Or
the mothership. Which one we pin?
Pin over there on V180.
It's a bit confusing, but
no, I love it. I reckon it's great. So we're asking you which song. It basically boils down. Which song do you like the best? This is what the game is.
Which is the winner?
Which is the winner? Now, 2 new songs. Yesterday we listened to. We listened to the brand new one from Apollo Limited. Why don't we switch it up and listen to the brand new one from Stephen Stanley? Young guy. Dad is a pastor. He's been a worship leader since he was a young kid. Started writing music at 13. Wow. And he's just released a brand new song. I've got to admit, I love this one. This is not by sight. A little bit rock and roll for you this morning.
Well, and shall we come in, because we've listened to the beginning. Listen to the middle.
Let's listen to the middle.
We're coming in right. It's going to come in heavy.
Let's go.
Listen to some of the middle of this song here.
I'm waiting for nothing else matters to me anymore. I've been looking for light. Maybe it's not by sight.
Well, I feel like you need a warning before that one comes on, actually.
Oh, I'm loving
full on.
I'm showing my cards here, but I'm loving that one. I love what we just heard. It's basically taking that passage from Hebrews and putting it to some music. My eyes searching for what not is seen, what is not seen. My mind wants to know what it all means, and I've been looking for light. Maybe it's not by sight. Love that's Stephen Stanley.
Out of there.
Yeah, that's Stephen Stanley. Love that one there, and a few votes there. But I tell you, the one that is running away with it right now is Apollo Limited with their brand new song "Breakthrough." This is the duo from Nashville. The name is inspired by one of their uncles who was on the Apollo missions. Believe it or not,
which is pretty cool, actually. I mean, we'll probably get some votes just for that.
I know people love it just for the name, I think. But this one is a little bit more. I'm calling it a jovial, sort of jaunty rock song, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, it's got
I
a bit of
that.
It's got a bit of a strut to it. This one here. So this is Breakthrough. Tell us what you think of this one.
It's like everything's coming into focus. All the hope that my heart never noticed. My eyes were wide open the moment I found you. You were my breakthrough. I never knew there could be beauty in the broken. The answers in it.
Oh, well, I really like that one, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely got a bit of that. It reminds me a little bit of like a jaunty sort of, English rock song from the late 70s type of thing. It's got that sort of vibe. Great lyrics again. It's like everything's coming into focus. All the hope that my heart never noticed, and my eyes were wide open the moment I found you because you were my breakthrough. It's almost like the Apollo Limited song comes in after Stephen Stanley looking for, realizing it's not by sight. And then they have a breakthrough there with Apollo Limited. Nice. I think the two songs go together really well, but we're asking you to get your vote in over on our social media. That's on Vision's Instagram or on our Facebook page. All you need to do is search for Rise and Shine Vision. And there on the Facebook page, you'll find the lyrics, you'll find the links, you'll find their Instagram, their YouTube, the whole kit and caboodle.
Wow.
And you can jump in and vote. We'll be tallying up on Friday and telling the music directors here which song you want spun over here on Vision.
Well, and then they don't have to take the advice.
Well, I'll be banging a gavel and saying they must play it over here.
It's a fun game, and you can get involved. Jump on over the socials.
Love the Rise and Shine podcast? Tell a friend today.
And that's what we're talking about, isn't it? It was those beautiful life moments and how we memorialise them, how we put those lines in the sand so we don't forget the great things God has done for us.
Yeah, sometimes I think we just get so busy living our life that we don't realise that God is the author of the story. There's an author out there and he is writing the story. And sometimes when we take a moment to look back and see the moments where God has come through or where we felt like we were all by ourselves, we can see it in a different way. And I love doing that. I've been one of those journal keepers from when I was a kid, writing down. It's a real, dare I say it, it's a real spiritual practice for me to sit down and write and to thank God for what he's done. And I'm trying to instill that in my family. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard these days with technology. I'm hoping that somehow all of the digital footprint of photos and social media posts and everything like that will actually turn into something that my boys can keep and see as far as milestones. I know they're already beginning to do it a little bit now. And this is coming off the back of, we just spent the weekend away together, myself, my wonderful wife, Benita, and we have 3 boys. Drummond, who's 20, Galvin, who's 18, and young Judah, who's about to turn 16. And we went away together because next month, believe it or not, my 20-year-old is getting married. He's getting married to his wonderful, wonderful fiancée, my future daughter-in-law. Pray for her. She's coming from a house of ladies into a house of boys, the wonderful Monica there. And so we took a moment and just said, you know what, let's go away for one last time with just the 5 of us before Drummond goes off and gets married. And I tell you, we had a wonderful time sitting down and remembering those milestones. We ended up calling it the different eras of the family. Remember when we moved here and you started this school and you met this person, and we took copious amounts of notes. Now the next challenge is we're going to sit down together and sort of try to graph it out into some sort of map of a timeline there and do that. But, we're getting a little bit full on the milestones and trying to make something there. But I'm wondering what other families do when it comes to remembering and celebrating milestone. I've heard of people with traditions of doing stuff when kids hit certain ages.
Yeah, that's right. So we're interested in your stories. What do you do as a family? Perhaps you've got little kids and you're looking ahead and you're saying, hey, this is what we're going to do along the pathway. Or perhaps you're looking back at moments in your world or in your life and you can see those pillars that you've actually put down, those memory markers. We would love to hear from you on 1-800-316-316. What are those milestones for you in your world when God has shown up and that you love to remember back on, or that you're looking ahead and saying, hey, this is what we're going to plan to do. So get involved in the conversation, 1-800-316-316.
Rise and shine.
And we're talking about milestones this morning.
Yeah, those special markers in life that you set down with the family. You might be doing it personally as well. You know, different traditions. I know different families have traditions where they take their children at a certain age and do something together. You know, some sort of create a memory, maybe travel. But what do you do in your mile markers, in your milestones in your life? 1-800-316-316. Give us a call.
We've got Val who's given us a buzz. Val, what can we do for you?
Hey, I was just in the kitchen making some breakfast and I popped the radio on, you know, when those moments happen. And I heard you say, well, shout out to WeWa. Oh, my goodness. I actually do have a milestone and it involves WeWa.
No way.
I love it when a plan comes together,
fantastic. Tell us, Val.
I was just like, wow. So when I was 17, I decided I was going to hitchhike to Cairns. So off I went on my freeway and I went through WeWa and I stopped there was a truck stop there and a highlight of it was that there was a goat there that thought it was a dog. Going bouncing up, hi, you know, like dogs do. I'll never, ever forget WeWa and the fact that I actually made it all the way to Cairns all by myself.
Wow. How old were you again?
17.
Wow. Now, I don't want to...
I've got a 17-year-old and I'm not putting her in the car to Cairns.
No, and I don't want to age you at all, Val, but what year, what era are we talking here of hitchhiking?
I'll just tell you, I'm 58. I don't have a problem with how old I am.
No, that's a good age.
Good.
Wonderful.
So we're talking late 80s, mid to late 80s. You were hitchhiking.
Yes.
All right.
What a milestone, though, Val, for you when you're thinking you're 17 and you were like, this is my goal, I'm heading off, big adventure. Yep. What did it mean for you? What have you looked back on and gone, I'm glad I did that because?
Do you know what? I am glad I did that because it just made me feel so proud of me. You know, like, here I am, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Cairns. I'm going to get a job. I actually got a job on a big mothership that supplies all the supplies for the prawn trawlers. Then I got a job on a prawn trawler.
Wow.
Then I was out there for a month and a half, came back. The $100 bill had come out. I was not accepting that as payment for my wages.
Wow.
And then I hitchhiked all the way back to Portland on $50 and picked up a dog in Geelong on the way.
What an adventure.
You need to write a book or something.
Fantastic.
That is amazing. That is awesome, Val. Hey, thank you so much for giving us a call and helping us, relive some milestones with you.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Do you know, and I think I really should. You just said it. Everybody says to me, you should write a book.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Just do it because I've just been everywhere, man. I've been all over the place. Tasmania. The only place I haven't been is the other side of Australia, so Western Australia. So, yeah, it's such a long way over there. I have to fly because, no thanks.
No more hitchhiking. No more hitchhiking
across the
over there.
Nullarbor?
No.
Oh, thank you so much, Val, for that call.
Too funny.
Absolutely love that story where she's able to, what are the chances? We got a text through, DJ.
Yeah.
We might be saying it wrong. If we are and you're from that area, give us a call and let us know.
Is it we war? We war? I don't know.
We war.
Maybe we war? I don't know.
We war is funnier.
Well.
But I do want to know if that goat dog is still around.
Maybe somebody remembers it from the 80s there. Amazing story, Val. Hopefully we get a book out of this and, we'd love to celebrate that. It is all about milestones this morning, remembering your milestones. What do you do to mark them down? What do you do? I've got a friend of mine, and I'm not recommending this at all, one of my best mates in Geelong. Anything massive that happens in his life with his children or his family, boom, there's another tattoo on him.
Oh.
He's one
I'm not going with that.
No, he's one of these guys who treats his arm like it's a sketch pad.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, this is, he rocks up with a new tattoo and I'm like, what's that one? Oh, I just celebrated this anniversary or whatever. There goes another tattoo.
Okay.
Not my cup of tea, not my cup of tea at all. But there are different ways of remembering milestones.
Yes.
What is the way that you and your family do it? That's what we're asking you this morning. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
Across Australia.
Rise and shine.
Milestones this morning, putting those markers down for where God has come through or when God is doing something awesome in your world.
Love these stories that are coming in via text, via the Facebook page, and also via the phone, 1-800-316-316. We've got Adam from Warhope on the phone. Now, Adam, you're one of our favourite callers, and we know that you are the brother of Ches in Port Macquarie, the lovely barista girl herself. Here's my question for you, before we get into the milestones. Who's older, out of you or Ches, Adam?
Do I have to say I'm the oldest?
Doesn't mean that you're the most mature or anything like that. No.
Yeah, well, we just remember, in the beginning there was Adam, so I was first.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. We'll always remember that now, actually.
All right, so we've got Ches's big brother here. We're talking milestones. And again, for those who've been listening a long time, we've heard a little of your and Cheryl's amazing story. Some heartbreaks in there as well. You've had a lot of massive milestones in your life.
Yeah, and the problem is I've got a fantastic memory, so you can't forget them. And it's just trying to, negate through which ones you should remember and why you should remember them, as opposed to grabbing onto the horrible things from the past all the time, and also great things from the past all the time. And when life gets a bit more difficult, sometimes you want to grab onto those wonderful things that you've had and then you haven't got any more. And, I try to sort of grab onto milestones and think about how far Christ has got me. Something either wonderful or great's happened, and there's been plenty of those. Yeah. And that's what I use them for, to keep pushing me forward. It propels me forward in a great way of encouragement.
Oh, that is so good. That's a really interesting thought there, that sometimes as we talk about milestones, it is all about remembering. And for some people, it's remembering, remembering can be a troublesome thing. We need to remember the right things, what Christ has done in our life to keep us going there. How do you weave between the two, Adam? How do you, concentrate on those good things that God has done?
It's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of, because looking back to me, I look at it from a positive point of view. It's like, well, back then I thought it was going to be the end for whatever reason, or things were at the brink, but he got me through. And look at all the things he's done since then. So, for instance, 5 years ago, we had these horrible bushfires here in Warhope. That was the start, and then it went through the whole of New South Wales and wiped out down south and all the rest of it. But we were surrounded. We had the Prime Minister here. We had the Premier here. It was very bad, trying to work out what was going to do, but God spared us because there was a lot of prayer. I was on the Vision Radio, I was fasting, I was doing all this thing to ask for help so our town would be spared, and it was. But there was also other big things in my life because my health's always been bad, and there was big things with finances. They were at the end of. It looked like there was no way out. And I had to make a decision whether I got married to my beautiful girlfriend of the time again, and that was only all just months before COVID was about to break out.
Wow.
And but so there's big decisions I had to make, and then so you look down 5 years later, I'm still going, even though I've got bad health issues. I've got a 4-year-old daughter here now, almost 4. I've got a beautiful wife, married 4.5 years. And so getting through those big decisions, there's a fork in the road type of thing. So that's what the milestones are for me. I had to go either one way or the other.
I love that. And Adam, the other piece of that then is sharing them with your daughter and the next generation and saying, hey, I went through tough moments. Here's my story. These are the moments, but God came through. And it builds her faith in the future as well.
And that's where that is crucial, because everyone is just thinking about themselves. The best thing I had in my life was my 4 grandparents, all Bible-loving, Bible-reading Christians, and my mother too. But they went through enormous difficulty, World War II, depressions, all these sorts of things, which they would talk to me about. I was old enough to talk to them about all these things. Yeah. I was the oldest grandchild on one side. So that helped me to remember, because I got a memory like nothing else. It helped me to remember what they've already been through.
Yeah.
So anything I went through, It sounds a bit morbid too, because it's always thinking about the bad things happening. But you got to get through those bad things to get to the blessings. And then with every blessing, there's a challenge. So that's where it gets really, really tricky.
Oh, I love that, Adam. It's so important, isn't it, that we remember that and we share the good and those challenges with our kids, so they can see, hey, you know what? It wasn't always raindrops and rosebuds, but God's been there in all of it, and He'll be there with them as well. Adam, thank you so much for your encouragement this morning.
My pleasure.
Oh, we're so thankful for your call. How wonderful. We're loving all the texts. There's phone calls coming in about these wonderful milestones. I particularly love the ones. We've got a few husbands and wives who are remembering when they were married. Yeah. Diane gave us a call and was telling us about how she loves reading the notes that she had left.
Yeah, beautiful cards and letters from her late husband there, those milestones there. We got the wonderful Mike and Mary Flood in Tasmania celebrating a wedding anniversary and their 20-year-old daughter. So all these beautiful milestones to remember what God has been doing in our life, being able to look back and have our faith built from what He's done in it. We love these stories.
Rise and shine.
Got time for maybe one more call about milestones?
Oh, yeah, let's make this a good one. We need a good call here as we celebrate life's milestones together. I can see we've got Michelle from Deception Bay on the line. Michelle, how you doing? What's your thoughts around milestones?
Well, actually, it's sort of a milestone. I'm writing a book, and one of the chapters in the book it's about faith and adversity. And one of the chapters talks about battle stones, memory stones, milestones, precious stones, and stepping stones.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
Can you give us a condensed version of what you're sharing there, Michelle?
Well, the book's about faith and adversity. So I work in a space which is I'm a counsellor and psychotherapist, so I hear lots of tragedy and help people walk through them. I've also just finished my 11th operation 3 weeks ago for my second round of breast cancer. Oh, wow. And I've also just finished a research master's, which is using prayer and scriptures as a way of, building hope in Christians going through difficult times.
Wonderful.
So, one of these chapters is all about our stones, our milestones, our memory stones, and the stones are there, especially in hard times. And if I look back on both journeys, they've been long, they've been hard, as everybody's adversity is. I'm not trying to make my story part of this. This is a story about faith and about God. But we can look for those memory stones, and I encourage people, those milestones, they're markers. They show you growth. They show you where you've come from. And with little kids, we do the milestones when they grow on the door, on the back of the door, they're this tall and etc. So I've got 5 kids, and they're all adults now. And, they're all over 6'4", and there was two females in the family, and the rest were just boys. These milestones, these stepping stones, they are markers, and they're celebrations, just like when the Egyptians, the Israelites went through, the Red Sea or the Jordan River, and it went coming out of wilderness into the Promised Land. These memory stones, Jacob set up memory stones, the tribe set up memory stones, and they're important. And he said, tell your children. But I think sometimes we have to tell ourselves, as a parent, and you're going into your first child getting married. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a milestone. This is a memory stone. So all I can say is grab those times and hold them fast. And they're the treasures that we pick up, just like, David picked up his 5 smooth stones. Those smooth stones represent something. They represent the faith that got us through, or the courage that we had, or the faith in God, or the joy and the pleasure of each one of your children. So, sorry, I can talk for a long time.
No, Michelle, we love you talking for a long time.
Wonderful. It's like a sermon. I'm all fired up. Michelle.
I tell everybody I'm a frustrated preacher.
No, it's wonderful. We're going to have to keep in touch, I think, DJ.
Yeah, I'm writing down Michelle's number. Michelle, that was fantastic. I'm looking forward to this book with a chapter about milestones and all these other precious stones there. Love these stories and love them coming in via text on the Facebook page as well. If you've got a thought, please let us know. Just because we stop the conversation here on air doesn't mean you need to stop the conversation with everybody online. We'd love you to get involved.
Thanks for streaming the Rise and Shine Daily podcast. Please subscribe to the show, rate it on your favourite podcast platform, and share the link on your socials. It all helps get the word out.
Patrick Mabry, watch what God can do. I love that title. You're on Rise and Shine, and what God can do with a few people and some resources and a few years is incredible.
It's basically, that should be the theme song of this morning, because we've been watching our milestones in the past and remembering all the good things that God has done in our lives. It's a really important part. And for us at Visionathon is one of those milestones. You know, every 2 times a year we get to it. Every May, June, every November, December, we get to the Visionathon, and we're seeing these amazing milestone stories from all over Australia. I remember earlier this year in February, we went and celebrated the very first Vision station, the broadcast tower out in, beautiful
Bow Desert.
Bow Desert. Thank you for reminding me there. Bow Desert. Had a mental blank. And we got to meet a very special person.
We did. We got to talk to Kyle, and here's a little bit of his milestone, you could say, of how he came upon Vision.
I started a new job in late 2022, November, December. Got given a car as a sales rep for that job, and it had DAB radio on it. I was scrolling through the channels, looking at the same old regular stations, and pretty not excited about it. and I saw Vision Christian Radio come up, and I said, "Man, I'm going to give this a go, right?" So I've clicked on it, and man, praise God, I haven't turned it off since then, 2022 November. So it's been a wild ride. I've been praying. I felt so foreign praying, but man, I've just I've learned so much through Vision.
Oh, we're so thankful, and it just made me think about those milestone moments. When did you come upon Vision? What was it that? And it was because people had given to Visionathon that DAB was available in Kyle's area.
Exactly.
And the Visionathon before, we had been raising fundraising to be able to say, hey, we want to make sure DAB is available. Kyle, as a result of that, of people giving in from all over Australia, that was people in Perth, people in Tasmania,
It goes each way. It goes each and every way. I love it. I love this. I love the fact that Vision is one of the milestones that God has used in Kyle's life, and it's because of your generosity, as you just said, Fel. This is very exciting. It's less than 2 weeks. If you want to get detailed, it's 13 days from today. Visionathon is going to be upon us, so be praying about it right now. What is God asking you to do? You can head over to vision.org.au, click on the banner and read up about it right there.
Rise and shine. Tell us your favourite song by calling 1-800-316-316 and we'll play it for you. It's the Curtain Call on Rise and Shine.
That's right. This is the time where you can give us a call, but if we're not here, you can leave a message.
It goes to the answering machine, and we've got to, we figure out how to play back that little cassette tape out of the answering machine, and
with the hamster or the nuclear power.
Yeah, either one. Robbo, twirling it with a big pen. Either way. Well, we've got a couple of messages that have been left, and I think we got one here from Fiona.
It's Fiona. I've got a request for a song, Michael W. Smith, Crown Him With Many Crowns. Thank you.
Oh, very efficient.
Very efficient.
Can we play that one there? Have a look in our system. I think I can see it.
Yeah. I've got it here from 1995.
Okay.
This is a great one. Crowning with Many Crowns. You know the classic hymn. He sings with the group Anointed. One of these great gospel groups that sort of had a bit of crossover success in the 90s. Beautiful version, Fiona. Happy to play it for you. Here it is, going out to everybody for your curtain call. Michael W. Smith with Anointed. Crown him with many crowns.
Crown him with many crowns, the Lamb upon the throne. Heart how the heavenly anthem. I crown him the Lord of Lords. Yeah. Crown him with many crowns. Crown him with many crowns. Crown him with many crowns.
Oh, thank you you, Fiona, for leaving that message. That was Michael W. Smith and Anointed. If you want to hear more, crown him with many crowns. You could have that going all through the day.
It's one of the songs off his 1995 album, I'll Lead You Home. One of the, I would say, like in my thinking of Michael W. Smith, I almost want to say he's in his mid-career, but he's been going for like 30 years since then. So it's still in the early days there. A wonderful song there with Anointed on that one. Love that one, Fiona. We love your curtain calls. Let us know what you want to hear. Send us a text, a message, a Facebook post, whatever you want to do.
Courier pigeon, whatever you've got.
We'll get them all. We'd love to hear it. But look, time for us to head on out of here for your Wednesday, but we've got our plans in place for tomorrow.
Don't worry, our chappies will be here. It's a Thursday. And also someone who's new to me, but DJ, you're familiar with them, Takoa, will be zooming in to have a chat with some exciting news as well.
Yeah, the lead singer Rory McKenna from Melbourne band Takoa. They've got some very big news to share with us. And you know me, I love my Australian Christian music. These are one of my favourite groups at the moment. They've only been around for about 2 or 3 years, but they're doing some big stuff in the industry. So cannot wait to have Rory on the show. If you love your Christian music, make sure you're listening tomorrow as we get him on and hear, a way to support some Australian talent.
Oh, we love that. Well, that is all from us. We're going to hand over to the Vision crew, including Andrew with 2020. He'll open talkback lines not long from now. Woo. But that's all from us. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Bless ya.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.